The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
Now, you said, you were talking about recently, 20 reasons why you're not successful.
Yes.
Can you give me a few of those? I know one of them was like trying to satisfy everybody.
Yeah, that's the one I led off with. I did a tour in 2016, maybe part of 17. And I did a tour, and I did about 8 cities before we stopped it. Okay. And it was very successful in the sense of, people really wanted to know why I'm not succeeding. And so when I say 20 reasons why you're not successful, this is things I've seen over the years through entrepreneurs, and even probably myself in the beginning. And one of them was, the first thing I led off with was trying to please everybody. Right, you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
And so you either gonna be Bankhead or you gonna be Buckhead.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And I said, so you can't please everybody. And so if you cater to all of the clients, you have no clients.
Gotcha.
Because you ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win that way.
Now explain that Bankhead Buckhead analogy.
All right, and so when I say that, and it's no slight on Bankhead.
Yeah,
I had some great times on Bankhead when I first moved to Atlanta. Bankhead was killing it back in the day. So Silver Fox. I ain't gonna get into that's another conversation. That's another conversation.
He went way back.
Yeah, that's another. Leave that alone.
Right.
All right. So, but the thing is, when I say that is because you got to understand value when you sell your business. If you ain't creating value in your business, you can't expect people to stay, and you may not even expect people to come. And if they come, they ain't gonna stay.
Okay.
If you ain't selling value. So when I say Buckhead, if you think about Buckhead and the restaurants and Buckhead, the Houston's and all that, Houston's and those type of restaurants, they ain't doing 2 for $20s. They ain't doing those lunch specials. Neiman's Marcus ain't doing commercials because they know who their clients are.
Gotcha.
So if you say, all right, you know what? I know my value. This is what I'm charging. You need to charge that and look for those type of clients.
I got you.
Or if you say, you know what, I'm gonna keep my prices cheap. I want to basically, and we know no slight on Bankhead again, but we know Bankhead is a little bit cheaper. So either I'm gonna deal with low income clients,
okay,
and I'm gonna keep my prices low. But if I keep my prices low and I try to deal with Buckhead, those people are gonna say, well, no, that's too low. Maybe you don't know what you're doing, or maybe your product is not that good because you can't charge that low. So they're not gonna deal with you. If you're too high and you creating value, you can't go to Bankhead because they're gonna say, no, we ain't paying that much. We could get it down the street for $10 less or something. So you gotta pick one. And when you pick that, you have to master that industry. Because people think that when you more expensive or it's higher, people not gonna buy. It's a whole market out here. It's an industry for everything you do.
But I think that's the thing that does make people a little leery or scared because he's thinking you might be outpricing yourself. You know what I mean? To where, like you said, if I'm charging this much, who gonna want to pay that much? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to be reasonable. you can't be where the market is $25 and you say I'm gonna charge $85.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if the market is $25 and you say I'm gonna charge $40 because I know what I give. I know my product is better. I know my customer service is better. I know my follow up is better than what everybody else is doing.
Right.
And there's a market for everything. I tell people, I always say we the Tiffany's of taxes.
Okay.
And the thing about it is, it's just people not gonna go to Tiffany's. People gonna be comfortable with Zales and K Jewelers. So if you're not good with Tiffany's, then you go to Zales or K Jewelers. I'm not knocking them, but it's a market for everybody. If you don't like, if Mercedes too much for you, you go to Kia. And people gonna buy Kia. So every industry has its high end market. And there's people that's buying it. I tell people, when the last time you saw a Neiman's Marcus, a Saks go out of business, or a Tiffany's go out of business? They don't really go out of business because there's a market for people who want high end stuff. As long as you can produce. And this is what I tell people: people ain't tripping on your pricing if you give value. Because if I give you something and you feel like it was worth it, then you ain't worrying about the price because you feel like you got your money's worth. That's the whole key. And that's what the bad perception we have in our community is that we don't, people don't feel like if you charge that much, I'm not going to get my value. And I tell people, I'm a perfect example because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be the cheapest. I ain't going to try to be.
Right.
But I know what I'm going to give you. So at the end of the day, when you might say, dang, you're a little high, you're like, compared to who? You know, and I might be higher than what you dealt with if you dealt with your coworker or you dealt with your neighbor,
cousin.
you know, or the barber,
Yeah.
the barber does your, taxes or something. I might be a little bit higher, but the thing is you'll be able to get me all year round.
Gotcha.
I'll be able to answer questions, but not only that, I'll be able to educate you so you can be better. So if I charge you $200 more, but you're able to make $200,000 more, it's worth it.
It's a no-brainer.
And that's what we have to understand.
Yeah.
That it ain't really. I always tell people, don't trip on what you pay. Trip on what you get for what you pay.
Okay.
And that's the
I
whole
like
key.
that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a tweet right there.